I was just out of high school thinking about college and what I wanted to do with the rest of my life when I found myself in the situation I was in. And the birth father and I discussed the situation and at first had every intention to parent our child. But I was located at a national park working for the summer and was far away from modern medical conveniences at any reasonable commutable distance. So I moved back to my parents' house in Illinois just to be close to a doctor and family and a support system. Being that far away from the birth father, I started thinking less about the immediate future and more about the long-term decisions that I was making. And I realized that I would be entirely dependent on my parents for childcare, would have trouble finding employment and managing on my own. I wasn't in love with the birth father. I didn't want to spend the rest of my life with him, and I wanted marriage or my life partner to be a lifelong thing and not end in a messy divorce and problems for my children. And so I started researching my options. Parenting is obviously always an option. Abortion is as well, and I'm of the opinion that that's an individual decision for every person, and no one has the right to an opinion on it until they've been in that situation, because you don't know how you'll feel. And it wasn't a decision I could make. It didn't feel right to me. I knew I would never be able to live with myself, and that led me to the front steps of adoption and researching what adoption was, the kinds of adoptions. And various internet search engines brought me to Angel. And I sent in a questionnaire and was sent back several families' profiles, started looking through them, and the decision just fit. It felt like everything had aligned to where it was supposed to be, and that was the decision that I needed to make. At that point, I wasn't thinking about myself any longer. It was what was best for my child. And by placing her up for adoption, this family could give her everything I wanted for her, but didn't have the resources to give her myself. They have as much love in their hearts for her as I do. They love her as if they had conceived and carried her themselves. I know she'll never want for love, but they also have the financial resources to care for her and give her everything that she needs. She takes ballet. I wouldn't have been able to provide that for her at 18. And she has a brother that loves her endlessly. She has an amazing extended family that just worships the ground she walks on and treats her like the princess that she is. And those were all things that I wanted desperately for her and knew I couldn't provide on my own. It was a matter of what's more important, the way I feel right now or the life my daughter's gonna have. And in crying over it and hearing everyone tell me that I made the right decision and all the support I received from my family and my friends, I was able to step back and look at things a little bit differently. I started viewing myself more as a surrogate mother, because that's what I am. I'm still involved in my daughter's life, but I'm not her mother anymore. I'm not an aunt. I'm just a beloved member of the extended family.